Hello and welcome to me not having a tripod, so I precariously balance my phone against things in the kitchen. Also, I make gingerbread. So I actually filmed this a week ago and I'm only just doing the voiceover now due to reasons because I'm not dealing with quarantine that well. But I hope that you and your friends and your family are safe and well, and also you should make this gingerbread. It's good. You will need 350 grams of plain flour, 2 teaspoons of ginger, but I use 3 because I really like ginger, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, but we didn't have any so I just used baking powder and it worked, 125 grams of muscovado sugar. I didn't notice, but most of the sugar is going outside of the bowl, so don't do that, 100 grams of butter, 1 egg, beaten. Oh no. And finally, 4 tablespoons of golden syrup. I had a lot of problems with this because I was using a near empty bottle and this took over a minute to get 1 tablespoon. So I changed to a new one for the last 3. Also, I knocked my phone over. And that's everything you need. Now, before you start handling any of the ingredients, please wash your hands. You should do that anyway because for a lot of this recipe you're actually touching the ingredients with your hands, but it's just very important right now, so make sure you wash your hands even when they feel the tiniest bit dirty, or just if you're bored in general. And make sure to dry them properly too, because it's easier for bacteria and viruses and stuff to get onto wet surfaces. But yeah, wash your hands. With your hands fully washed, add the flour, ginger and bicarbonate of soda, or baking powder in my case, into a bowl with the butter. And rub together until it resembles fine breadcrumbs. Now it says to do this with your fingertips, but I just kind of squished it with my hands and it worked just fine. Then wash your hands again before adding and stirring in the sugar. Add the beaten egg and golden syrup, which I put into the same bowl, and stir together. Wash your hands again and get the mixture off your spoon without making a mess like I did, and then form into a dough with your hands. I decided to squidge mine down because it felt nice, but it doesn't tell you to do so in the recipe, so you do you, I guess. Wash your hands and then clean and wipe down the surface you're working on, which hopefully isn't as messy as mine. Now the recipe says to use a lightly floured surface when rolling out the dough, but I always find that it dries it out and makes a huge mess, so instead I use a sheet of greaseproof paper and flour the rolling pin in the top of the dough so it doesn't stick. Roll out the dough to about the thickness of 5mm and cut gingerbread into whatever shape you desire. I went for the classic men shape, but you can spice things up and go for women, or even a non-human shape if you want. Reform the uncut dough into a ball and then place the gingerbread onto a baking tray. Then re-roll out your dough and do all of this again until you have none left. For the last one, I always press the dough into the cutter I'm using and then squidge it out so it's roughly the same thickness as the rest, and use it as a test one, just in case I messed up and they all taste terrible. Now, here I was deciding what to use for decoration because we didn't have any chocolate chips, which would have been the best option, and I was about to use hazelnuts, but I realised that would have been way more effort than it was worth because I'd have to cut them up and everything. So I decided to use currants because that's what we have and that's what the recipe says to use, but you can put whatever you want in them, like some nuts or a banana or some baked beans or some dirt. Comment below if you got that reference, if you're even old enough to get that reference. Oh my god. But anyway, decorate your gingerbread with whatever you chose. Once decorated, put into a preheated oven at like 180 to 200 degrees Celsius or something. I never really bothered checking. If you're wondering why I'm in pain here, it's because I did the Davina the day before I filmed this and my thighs really hurt. Let the gingerbread bake for 10 minutes or until they look cooked, and then take them out of your oven and look at your beautiful creations. Leave to cool on a cooling rack if you're fancy, comme moi, and then you're done. These gingerbread tasted really good. I'd give them a 10 out of 10 on flavour. If you made these and agreed, then like, comment, subscribe. Even if you didn't agree, do that as well. Okay, bye!